Tracy. Hey, Tracy. Thanks, Deb.
I think it's holding together.
All right.
I think it's holding together.
We'll see how it goes.
Well, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. And no, this isn't from the Masters. This is my green jacket from many, many years ago, my St. Patrick's Day jacket. And I did last night, I did charge the batteries.
You did?
So you,
okay, all right.
It's out of one of those neon kind of jackets. And so,
all right.
And so St. Patrick's Day is always a really fun occasion. I know it's getting close and you may not have much of a chance to sell into it, but certainly you could make yourself something for the family, friends, you know, maybe find a St. Patrick's get-together. I know there's a big one here in Mobile, and my dad's birthday was on St. Patrick's Day, and so always a very special occasion. Well, I'm David Gross with Conde Systems, and of course Sprite, and she's the real star of the show, of course. And we're glad you're spending a few minutes with us here. Hopefully we can pass along some things that will make your business successful, to grow your profits, and we do appreciate that. I think we've got some things coming up. We had a webinar earlier today with Craig Burns of Digital Art Solutions on Corel and what I call spiritware, which is basically forging an alliance with, say, a school, selling into the school. Could be through fundraising, it could be through their spirit store or whatever, but basically great opportunities to sell into schools. It's a very dynamic kind of environment that has some really good opportunities. Craig concentrated on the graphic side of the business kind of stuff. So really good. And where are we going to be at the end of the month, I think?
We're going to be in Irving, Texas for the NVM show. So that's the 28th through the 30th. We have, what do we, booth number 219. So
I take it we'll probably have
two booths.
Two booths. I think the coloring booth, I hear, will be out front. So as you come in, and we really, let's make sure we do the coloring contest. We want to pick a winner for each day of the show and have who can have the best sublimation coloring. And I think the MB people, they always want to participate. So, but we'll have to do something special for you. We will also have our class. And probably the class is Friday morning at a breathtaking 8 o'clock. So you're a real trooper if you show up for that, but it should be very good. Sprite is going to be part of that class, adding her areas of expertise, and but it is always fun. The best thing about these NVM shows, if you happen to be in the area, which I think that is sort of part of, or near Dallas, near Arlington, is everything is free. Free to get in the show, free to take their classes, and that is not the case with all the shows. So other show people do that. They charge. So take advantage of it. But the best, I think the best reason to go to shows is the networking with other folks. You can ask them, you know, hey, what's working for you? You get to touch and feel the products, of course, and we'll have some great Conde reps there. I don't remember who's going. Do you remember?
I think Ted will be there,
okay.
And Steph will be, I don't know who else. So I'm going to go change into my shirt because Doug made me a shirt specifically for today, and I didn't.
You got to do it.
Okay,
you got to do it.
So
we'll find something to talk about. So you've got those shows coming up, and I think we have Chris. Do we have a webinar with next week? I'm trying to think. Maybe on Thursday or something.
Yes, we have one next Thursday. It's the weddings market.
Yeah, Thursday and wedding. Probably what, 2 or 3 o'clock, something like that?
Yes.
Yeah. So at any rate, check the website. I wrote an article on because it's so rich with opportunities, starting with, save the date all the way through to a honeymoon gift. Here. Wow.
Wait, there we go. Okay, so, yeah. So I don't know if you guys know this, but we're kind of famous.
We are.
We are kind of famous here in Mobile for our Leprechaun. And if you have not seen that yet, I suggest you go to YouTube and check out the
There's a
Crichton.
YouTube video. So we have our own Leprechaun that lives in Mobile, and we've named it according to the area in Mobile that he shows up. I assume it's a he, but I'm not positive.
I don't know. It's kind of in, well, yeah, I think it's a he.
You think
I'm
it's
not
he?
sure, I don't know.
But it's the Crichton Leprechaun.
That's right. That's
And
right.
Crichton is just an area sort of mid-Mobile, sort of. And but there have been a number of people who have seen the Crichton Leprechaun. I don't believe anybody's come up with any gold yet. So
if they did, they didn't tell anybody, which I don't blame them for that. So,
yeah, it could be. Keep it to themselves.
But,
So always lots of fun with St. Patrick's Day, and everybody needs a St. Patrick's Day garden flag. I think
I agree.
So tell me about how Doug.
So this is the Forever Flex Soft. Yeah.
Chris, can you zoom in on the shirt? You have the.
Nope, I do. Wait.
You have the
I
control.
can. Let's see if we can.
You can zoom in there.
There we go. All right. So, wanted in Mobile, Alabama. The Leprechaun only comes out at night. Reward is a pot of gold. If you see, say yeah. So yeah. This is the flex. This is not Flex Soft. This is the.
Do you do it with the white toner printer?
He did. What is
so that would be the Forever Low Temp.
The Forever Low Temp. There you go. So, and I don't know if you guys can see, but I've got a little, it's the amateur sketch of the Leprechaun. And so this is what I got. So, yeah, he printed this out on, I guess, the Oki Pro, maybe?
Probably an Oki 8432, which is your standard now white toner printer. And so great printer. So if there's 2 worlds here at Conde, at least, right? Number 1 world is Sublimation. That's my love. That's my passion. And then Doug lives in the transfer world, which is inkjet, color laser, and then the color laser printers that have white toner. And those are flexible solutions for cotton decorating. To some extent, you would call some an alternative to DTG printers. I think they're more flexible than DTG. They're easier to use, and they're really a fraction of the cost. Plus, they don't waste ink. They don't really require maintenance. It's just a laser printer. Technically, it's an LED printer, but like a laser printer.
And so Doug made me some other shirts today because a very special thing we have going on today for St. Patrick's Day. We have a flash sale on our 8.5 by 11 and our 1117 Forever Flex Soft. Now I'm going to show you the Flex Soft technology. This is not the Flex Soft technology. This is just my special shirt. But this Flex Soft, we have jade green, neon green, metallic green, white gold, yellow gold, neon orange, and white are all on sale right now. If you order online, the discount is applied when you add it to your shopping cart. If you order by phone, tell your account manager you want the St. Patrick's Day special, and that ends Tuesday, March the 18th. And let me tell you the great stuff about the Forever Flex Soft is that, what, David? What's so special about the Forever Flex Soft?
The Flex Soft, really, you can use it with your inexpensive monochrome laser printer or inexpensive color laser printer. So, assuming you have a heat press, just about everybody can conjure up a monochrome, meaning black and white laser printer, or an inexpensive color laser printer. So what you're doing is you're printing essentially with black toner onto a film. You go through a quick pressing step to remove off the film what you don't want, and then press the rest to a shirt. So the if there ever was a prize for, you know, you want to show them on camera what you're doing?
Well,
Yeah.
I've got quite a few of them, so
You got more than one.
I've got more than one. He made me quite a few today, so.
So if there ever was a prize for product of the year, maybe product of the decade, the Flex Off is it. An amazing product. Essentially, you can call it digital vinyl. So you can print it, umbrella. So I think pretty much everybody ought to be doing Flex Off, their technology. So you could do some of the metallic colors. I assume it even works on a sublimated shirt. You can press it. We should ask Doug to make absolutely sure, but
this is the gold.
Ah.
That's their amateur sketch. Beautiful. Love it.
take it a little closer to the camera. Just let them see it. That's just super cool.
So funny.
Yep. I would love to, you know, remember the history of this and how far back it goes.
Wait, the Leprechaun?
Yeah.
Thousands of years.
Well, I mean, when did we first realize that it was hanging out in a tree in Crichton?
I think it was about 10 years ago.
10
and
years
if you guys have, oh look, Harry knows what's up. If you see this Leprechaun, say yeah. If you guys have not seen the video, go to YouTube, look it up. It's the Crichton Leprechaun.
Which is spelled C-R-E-I-G-H-T-O-N.
I think it's C-R-I-G-H. Either way, we looked it up earlier and we typed in like C-R-I and it immediately came up. It's that time of year.
You know, or probably Mobile, Alabama, Leprechaun.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure. Leprechaun.
How do you spell leprechaun?
So yeah, you use the word so often, right?
Yeah.
We describe our employees as leprechauns around here for all they do, right?
That's right.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know.
I wonder.
I don't know.
So the Flex Off is absolutely amazing with what you can push with it. So really cool. All the colors, you can mix the colors together, you know, multiple pressings, that kind of thing. But if there was ever a product that I would tell you is just a must for the digital decorator, it's absolutely the Flex Off.
Where the gold at?
Just amazing, huh?
Where the gold at? Yeah, we got them.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So you just have shirt after shirt after shirt, don't you?
Well, we have all these colors on sale, and I need to tell you guys about the colors. So that's our gold.
Gotcha.
And also, you know, a bunch of people in the office wanted shirts.
Okay.
That too.
So St. Patrick's Day is the 17th, and what day of the week?
It's Sunday.
It's Sunday.
That's what I
so
said.
Sunday is great because that way, I guess, can people attempt to be at work, you know, I guess, after St. Patrick's? Nice.
Kind of like everybody was at work after Mardi Gras.
Kind of like that.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. That's all I got. Well, I mean, I have a lot more, but that's what I have for right now.
I'm going to drop Doug's email in here in case anyone has questions.
Yeah, if you guys have questions, we're going to put Doug's email in there.
But
email
really,
Doug.
I mean, if you email your Conde rep, poor Doug, we don't want to overwhelm him.
Yes, we do.
He'll not forgive us. But your Conde rep, very capable. So if you need an address to send to, you could send to sales team at conde.com. You know, or support if you've got a technical question. But your salesperson should be able to help. But the bottom line is, I do recommend you buy the little sampler pack, right?
Yeah, and Miriam was talking, she got it during the Black Friday, which is awesome, and she's been using it. Let's see, so our sample pack, let's see if I thought I had an item number. I don't
But again,
have an
I
item
can't
number.
emphasize how easy it is to make money with this stuff.
Yeah, really. I mean, and it's so cool, and it lasts, you know, a long time. Really
Great product.
Durable.
Are you
And
talking about the Vapor Basics sample pack?
No, we're
no,
talking about the Flex Off.
the Flex Off sample pack. It has a variety of all the colors that are in there, and I think the people who designed it, make this product, are the Forever folks in Germany, and they're folks, and we worked extremely hard with them to perfect this product. There was a lot of work involved, but today take advantage. And each color does have slightly different transfer instructions, which we, of course, document.
Yep.
And you can go to Conde TV and watch Doug teach how to do the flex off, but it is an easy product to master.
Yes. Okay, guys. So did you talk about all of our announcements and everything? The
I did
webinar.
not.
Okay. So
well, I mentioned about our joint webinar with Jimmy Lamb on, I guess it's on Thursday. We just had the webinar with Craig, Digital Art Solutions. So we'll post that if you didn't see it so you can watch it. All our webinars we do record. What else?
So we're going to talk about our gallery contest in a little bit. So one of the things that we've been really is you guys growing your business and you know, growing your business, upgrading your printers, upgrading your heat presses, and you know, I know for a lot of you that can be you know, maybe intimidating a little bit, and so we really want to help you out with that. And we have a really great print services department here. You know, so say you have a customer that wants, you know, a large blanket or just a large substrate that you're not going to be able to do, but you still want that business because you should have that business. You know, call us. Let your rep know. We're always happy to help. You know, the better you do, the better we do. And then, you know, if you can start getting into that mode of printing big things or supplying your customers with big things, then eventually you will take the leap, your own equipment, your own bigger printers and bigger heat presses and things like that. So, you know, our print services department always happy to help you. Antoine in the lab is amazing. He's great at what he does. And so, yeah, I'm going to be giving some stuff away today. So we're going to have our Guess the Weight contest at the end. We're also going to I have 2 review winners here last week, and I apologize to give my review. What else? Oh, we have our open house June 15th, and we'll be taking registration for that hopefully in about a month or 2. We have a new blog up this week, Taking One. There you go. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. Yes, ma'am. YouTube. We lost YouTube. I can't believe it. I'm flabbergasted. All right.
Are we back on YouTube, you think?
Okay. So our camp mug, CM11, beautiful.
And we were talking, you know, with some other folks about how well the mug box complements your camp mug or your mug 11, that kind of thing. So be sure to check out those as well.
We have another question. I have an auto pressure heat mug press. Is it hard to get the perfect pressure to do the mugs? Do you have any suggestions?
I told you about those. The auto pressure. That's interesting.
I'm not familiar with those, but I need to become familiar. But I would think that if someone took the time and trouble to design a mug press, then it probably works. So, but maybe if you could email me a link to your press. My email address is dgross@conde.com. That's D as in David, GROSS @conde.com, and just shoot me the link. Remind me of the question, and I'll check it out. Sounds cool to me to have a sort of an auto pressure kind of mug press.
Tracy has a question as well.
Okay.
Can you put flex soft on any kind of shirt, cotton, poly, etc.?
Well, since Doug is listening, he can sort of answer that, but I think to an extent you can.
As long as the shirt material can handle heat.
Yeah.
So you don't want to put it on like a nylon that's going to...
So I forget what the flex off pressing temperature is. Do you recall? But basically the heat of pressing, if it's high enough on like a blend, 50-50, you can disturb the dyes that are in the polyester side, and those dyes actually unsublimate. They will come out of the shirt and stain, you know, things. And certainly you'll be able to see where the heat is. So certainly on a cotton shirt, very comfortable. Polyester shirt, it would be a wise thing to to try first.
Yeah, so it'll vary depending on the color of the flex off between 293 degrees Fahrenheit and 266. So between 266 and 293.
And that's low in general. Probably got a good shot of decorating blends, but always try first.
Okay, so we're going to do a shot glass. This is shot 01, and I've already wrapped my...
So every St. Patrick's Day needs a shot glass, doesn't it?
I don't know, David, you tell me. No, so I've already wrapped my design around it, and I want to talk about a new thing that we have here. We are going to have here at Conde. So I'm really hesitant when we have new products on the way and I bring them out before we get them in, because then you guys are like, well, Sprite showed me, and our sales reps are like, well, we don't have it yet. So we don't have this yet, but we should have this next week. And I really wanted to show you. I'm excited to show you. So this is a shrink wrap bag. And I think we're calling, no, it's a shrink wrap sleeve, okay? And I think we're calling it something different. And this is, we have new wine tumblers that are coming in next week. And so these are going to be how we press our wine tumbler. I took this one and I cut it in half, and I'm going to, so our shot glass, you normally have to get, I think it's a die wrap 01, and it's like a $20 wrap, but with this, I'm going to take it, pull it tight, and then tape it over. So let's see, let me zoom in for you guys. All right, so I've pulled it tight, and then I'm just going to take it, fold it over, and tape it. Okay.
While you're doing that, do you know if George Knight has plans for a heat press with a drawer, some with limited space?
So the question is, does George Knight have plans for a drawer press? To my knowledge,
Card style bottle opener. This is JW12. This is always a good St. Patty's Day item. And what I've done here is I have a design that I just moved, and I'm going to sandwich it in between them, and I'm going to press the whole thing at one time.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you can, metal is one of those, like the only substrate that you can actually decorate both sides at the same time. And you really got to use Pro Spray, because there's no place to put heat tape that I know of. Maybe somebody else can tell me how to do it. But at any rate, makes a great product. And that, by the way, on a future episode, we have in this room somewhere, where do we do? Oh, it's in the back. We're going to start playing with our new toy from the George Knight Company. They have released and we've made available to our clients a accessory for folks that have a DK20S and a few other of the George Knight presses for bottom heat. So this is something where you can remove the bottom part of the press, replace it with actually another heating element that allows you to truly press both sides at the same time for products that really require it. So for instance, you're doing the beverage huggers, you normally would have to press one side, flip it over, press the other like you're cooking a burger. Well, with the bottom heat, you can really achieve tremendous throughput by installing the bottom heat. So it's an accessory that you can use and then remove and put back the normal bottom part of your press. So I think it's really cool.
Tracy would like to know if that garden flag can be out in weather.
Yes. So Tracy's question is, will the garden flags hold up outside? And they will, for a couple of reasons. It's really the same kind of materials we use for the car flags. Car flags do ultimately self-destruct because of just the tremendous and the cracking of a whip. That's how those flags work. They pop. But the garden flag would hold up exceptionally well outside from point of view of the environment now. Ultimately, it is going to be affected by the sun. It is ultimately going to fade, but certainly you would get a very good, I think, use of the flag before it fades to the point where it needs to be changed. Certainly a good number of months.
Okay, so I'm going to let that cool for a second. It turned out really good. And then we're going to do another piece of metal. And now I kind of feel bad because I'm like, well, everything is drinking related, but all right, very exciting to see this. Okay. So in all of the designs that I am doing today, with the exception of the bottle opener, so the mug design, the beer mug design, the garden flag, and also and this as well are all available on Conde Design. So these are all designs that you can purchase for yourself. Whew.
So you're removing the shrink wrap at this point, and of course it's dreadfully hot.
It's a little warm.
So,
it's a little warm.
So normally we'd probably put it under a fan, let it cool nice a little bit before we played with it. But like opening your Christmas presents, you want to do it right away.
Now. That's right.
And so we're learning. All this is relatively new for us. We've certainly had a lot of fun and all sorts of great things for our industry. Looking good so far.
You know, I think it may have been a little too long, actually.
Yeah, because you only have one single thing in the oven,
right?
Know, and it's really small.
Yeah.
And
still
so
looks good though.
Oh, it does. You can, as we said before, you can look at what you're pressing and realize that if blacks are turning brown, generally that would indicate that we've pressed a little bit too far. We have some outside folks looking in.
It's Todd. Todd's up for the day. So, and I would have to say that is the very first shot glass that I've ever done. I was really excited to do it, and I wanted to do one before we went live on air, and I didn't. So
we have done a bunch of other different products, by the way,
yeah.
with using the wraps, using the shrink wrap method. So.
Okay. All right. So.
We ready to turn off the oven?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
But you can unplug it. Yes, perfect. You can unplug that as well. All right. So next up, you can make your own gold. So we're going to do our poker chip. This is CC16.
Oh, cool.
And we're going to do 4 at a time. So
here's a bit of trivia. First person maybe to answer, try to figure out some prize. These are difficult things, but we'll pick a random person that answers it correctly. So we're about to press our gaming chip, poker chip, but if you're playing Mardi Gras, what do you call a poker chip during Mardi Gras?
Oh, I know. I'm not going to answer though.
Do we have a winner yet? Anybody?
I honestly don't know.
So anybody?
We don't have any.
Bueller? Bueller. So,
oh, David.
Bueller?
Justin, you know.
Sana says the answer is 4.
That's a.
The answer is not 42.
Cute,
So the balloon. There we go. Who's that winner?
Valerie Salter.
Okay,
All right,
thank you, Valerie. We'll have to figure out something special for you for coming that. Maybe send her some poker chips. How about that?
Oh, we can do that. We
maybe
can totally do that.
send her a dozen or something.
Yeah.
Let's send her a dozen.
All right. So you guys see, so I'm doing 4 at a time, and I just took one piece of tape and just taped it over the top.
This would be, if you do a lot of these, this would be your opportunity to buy the bottom heat. And then get you a little jig. I think George Knight does have a metal jig to put them in.
This would be a good one to do top and bottom.
Yep,
Okay.
it would. Some of the pros out there that do lots of these tokens, they also decorate the side. It's a little bit difficult because you need an accessory from George Knight to do that, so more money to invest in it, but easy to do top and bottom.
Violet has a relevant question. Why a convection oven, not a toaster?
So the question is why would not a toaster work? And the reason is because with a convection oven, what you're looking for is even cooking, even heating all the way around. And a toaster oven generally has heat only coming from the element. So the convection sort of circulates the heat. From a physics point of view, heat is convection, conduction, radiation are the three ways that you move heat. And convection is by heating up the air around it. That air then, heats up what's inside the air.
All right.
Bo is asking what size printer we're using for the most part for these yard flags and the things that we're printing now.
So Bo, everything that I do is on an SG800 with a bypass tray. So the garden flag is...
Let's peek at it first, just to make sure it looks good.
Thank you, David. Look at you. All right, good deal. I'll go about 5 more seconds.
So the poker chips, a lot of folks will underestimate how much time you need for whatever reason. And so, again, that's why it's important to do that first one with a full black transfer. Look at it and make sure you've done a good job. One of the tips is if you do start running into issues, could be a new substrate because you're new with sublimation, you want to save the transfer because the transfer sort of tells the story. But certainly peeking at your transfer before you pull it off, sort of like tasting your cooking before you take it off the stove, really useful. Going back to your how do we do this time?
It looks better. I think we did.
So going back to your question about the printer goes, I would say the standard shop press, desktop press is the SG800. Oh, cool. I love that finish.
Yeah.
The tokens have a nice, almost silky kind of finish. Is the SG800. The SG800 is a mature printer that is manufactured by the Ricoh company, the folks that make copiers and all that, and they make that to Sawgrass's specifications. And I was very much helping in the development of all this, going back, I guess, about 14 years with the first Ricoh, which was the Ricoh GX7000, and now we've had all these years, and I would say that the printers today are excellent, and we've all been part of that team. Then the extra Conde value that we add to it is the color management. So we add what's referred to as the spectrofusion, and that's just using industry standards with a custom ICC profile that integrates into the application you print from. So you can really take advantage of our color technology if you use a program like an Adobe product or a Corel product, that you're getting the maximum value. For folks that use the great software from Sawgrass called Creative Studio. Creative Studio is a you would use Sawgrass's program called VPM, which stands for the Virtuoso Print Manager, and that program integrates with Creative Studio and has a lot of great features in it, a lot of great things to change. To some extent, I'm an anti lots of great features, lots of great things you can change person. I prefer that it be incredibly simple with essentially nothing for you to do or worry about other than paper size, orientation, paper tray, that kind of thing. So our solutions through Spectrofusion are like that, and I really like it. I recommend it.
Okay. All right, guys.
Wow, you even have more.
Well,
And that garden flag.
It
really
looks
glows.
really good.
Man.
So I have this on my list. This is our round slate coaster, but I didn't do a design for it.
Okay.
It's Friday.
So you're going to put that into the mix for the weight?
Well, I weighed them all together, so,
Okay.
you know. All right.
So just that's the bonus, or what we would call lanyap.
That's right.
There we go.
You didn't ask me. I knew. All right. Okay, guys.
So if you're not practicing the lanyap religion, it simply means, excuse me, always deliver a little bit more than you promised. And great, I guess, sort of French Cajun philosophy there, right?
Yeah, I think that's where we get it from.
Although we had Mardi Gras first.
We did. Joe Kane to thank for that.
Yeah, well, Joe Kane was, if folks out there that aren't familiar with Mardi Gras, Joe Kane helped revitalize Mardi Gras in Mobile after the Civil War. He is become famous for the saying, raising Cain. That came from Joe Kane, dressed up like an Indian. He rode around with his horse and buggy, making lots of racket. Cowbellion, the Rakin Society here in Mobile after the Civil War, and is credited with revitalizing our Mardi Gras. But our actual Mardi Gras started, I'm guessing, from what I remember my history, about 1699. Some people say 1703 in the original Mobile settlement, which was a little bit north of us, and I think the actual little town they named Mardi Gras. So
I didn't know that.
we certainly believe that's where it started. I don't believe New Orleans was actually, as a city, founded yet. New Orleans may have been founded a little bit after that, but ultimately they probably started their Mardi Gras stuff, which is, of course, become world famous, maybe around 1730 is my recollection.
Yeah, all right. So, let's see. Best show ever. Great job, David and Sprite. Well, thanks, Doug. Only because I'm dressed so nice.
I think Doug may be a reincarnated leprechaun. You know, I don't know. You know, we always wonder about Doug. You know.
So these are my poker chips. Can't really see that design, but it's really cute. So it says Happy St. Patrick's Day.
So poker chips have all sorts of use, from a little token to remember an event, or to get you into an event, or you name it. All sorts of great uses, and pretty easy product to do, you know.
All right, let's talk about some rules. So we're going to play Guess the Weight, but before you start, hold on. You have one guess per person. Only your first guess will qualify. Guesses need to be expressed in pounds. So for instance, 3.6, 4.8. The winning weight will be the first guess closest to, but not over, the total combined weight of the products. 2 prizes will be awarded. Are we still live on YouTube? Yes, maybe. 1 on Facebook, 1 on YouTube. Free shipping in the continental United States only. Sorry, Suna. I'm sorry.
So if you happen to win and you're from Canada, we ask you to assist with the shipping.
That's correct. Okay, so you have the flag, the ornament, the camp mug. We didn't do this, but this is the round slate coaster. You have the card-style bottle opener, and you have the 4 poker chips, the shot glass, and I'm going to throw in a bag for you to do your shot glass. How much do you think it weighs? Let me know. Let me know. And then I had a question about the poker chips, and yes, I did tape both sides. I just laid one side down, taped it, kind of let it cool a little bit. I should have let it cool a little bit more, and then laid it down and taped it.
When you're ready.
But we only have a winner on Facebook, right?
Yes, so far.
Okay. All right. So while we're waiting for you guys to put your guesses in, let's talk about some other things. So I have, like I said earlier, I have 2 review winners. I have, and I think you guys are both watching, which is really cool. Actually, I think all 3 of my winners are watching today, which is amazing. So Miriam at Gems by M, she reviewed my SSC 017, which I think is the car coaster. It may be the square coaster. She said the colors always come out bright and they are so easy to make. I can make them on spot at any event. Thank you, Miriam. You'll have an email for $25 in Conde credit. And
Thank you. Good job.
Last week, this is great. I love this. Samantha Torres, she reviewed my MP027. She said, subbed with foam inside to help pressure, pressed at 400 for 60 seconds. We'll be marketing at $15. So
what's an MP?
I believe that's the coin bag, the scuba foam coin bag, or the neoprene coin bag.
Gotcha.
So thank you so much. You guys will both be getting $25 in Conde credit. And I have a weekly review winner, and she is watching as well. This is Cheryl Neer. Cheryl did a U1005. This is an MDF plaque. And you also, this is from Baby Blue Company. Very cute. And also, Cheryl, you are entered for our spring contest, which ends on March 31st. So thank you guys. You will have $25 in Conde credit. And awesome. Monica's watching. Hey, Monica.
As in my Monica?
As in your Monica,
wow.
Yes.
Hey, Monica.
So, great.
Better watch what I say, right?
Well, he's already said the bad stuff, so I think you'll be fine.
Hello, dear.
You are celebrating your wedding anniversary soon, next month, right?
You know, I'm told that.
30?
I think I was married April. This is one of those final Jeopardy questions. April 16th, 1988.
You better get that right.
Fantastic marriage, great. I'm surprised my wife puts up with me.
Me too.
So yeah, and so thank you, dear. And
all right,
love
guys.
You.
Oh.
All right.
Okay, so
anything else?
That's all I have.
Any more questions, Chris?
I have a lot of questions.
Okay.
And these are questions that were unrelated at times, so I
Okay.
just saved them.
Okay.
So Carol had asked, how big a heat press do you need for mug boxes, and how long until the 15 ounces are available?
So the second thing is, I don't have exact date on the Mug 15s, I apologize, but it is on our product plan. As far as how big a press do you need?
Well, I do mine on the DK20 because, you know, it is a, when I print them on a 13 by 19 piece of paper. So, and my press is 16 by 20. So it's a good size.
So if you wanted to do it, you could just tell us what size press you have, and we could tell you if we think could work. But we know that you can put two pieces of paper together with, say, an SU400 and make it work. But you'd probably want to do one pressing. So I'm guessing, you know, absolute minimum something about 12 by 17.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's sort of what you would have to have.
Yeah, I think at the minimum. So.
What else?
All right. What are the wine tumblers made out of?
Monica says you get a prize for the correct date.
Oh yeah, thank you.
That's good. The wine tumblers are made out of stainless steel. Yay, Cheryl!
And can you let them know that we'll be dropping a link to everything that we covered?
Yeah, so everything that we covered today, we're going to be dropping a link in the comments, and you guys can check it out. We'll have a PDF on our website of all the
The stemless wine glasses, I think our first version we'll be shipping very soon will be the clear or silver version, and beautiful product.
Yeah.
All right, more questions coming in. How many times have you cut yourself on the cutting strip of the tape dispenser?
Oh, all the time. All the time. But so the question was, how many times have I cut myself on the cutting strip of the tape dispenser? And that is something that I do a lot, and that's because I am one of the biggest klutzes in the world. And it hurts, but you know, it's a tape dispenser, and it's not supposed to be like a death trap.
I'll tell you what I'm doing to sort of assist with that is I am actively evaluating electric tape dispensers, and Sprite does have access to one right now.
I do, but it's...
and so it may be a little bit too low end.
No, it's
So
it's interesting. It's interesting.
So we are evaluating if you have some ideas or whatever, but obviously, you know, we want to make either a recommendation, or if the product is not readily available, then we'll go out and get it. But you know, I think it would be very valuable to offer an electric tape dispenser that is budget priced.
But you know, when I cut myself on the tape dispenser, I'm not actually reaching for tape. I'm usually reaching around the tape, and then I hit it, and that's how I end up doing it. So, but it's a gnarly wound when you get it.
All right, Bo asks, is there an upgrade path from Conde? He purchased an SG400 to the SG800.
So the question is I have a 400, I want to get to the 800. Is there a way to do it in a more cost-effective way? Ultimately, please speak with your Conde rep. One strategy that we have possibly we've done for a few people is that if they've got lots of extra ink, we have occasionally sold another printer, especially the same model, that came without ink that would save you. But ultimately, there really isn't a way to sort of go around the need to buy a printer and inks. There's no need. So ultimately, you know, I think the printers, obviously an 800 costs more than a 400, but ultimately, for what they do, for the money that they will make you, they are a tremendous value.
Michelle asks, when subbing oven mitts or something like socks, how do you avoid a white space between the sides?
So on the socks that we now push are called the Sublime socks. They come with a built-in jig, and if you press them correctly, you do not get seams. So I recommend you check those out. You mentioned the oven mitts, and I assume what you're referring to is there because of the weave and the pattern. You know, you tend to see a little bit in that, but I think if you press them with the adequate pressure, the ink should get down into those grooves.
Yeah, and I have one over here, and the reason that you don't have to worry with the oven mitt is because it's only the top side, and then you use enough pressure and it'll get in there really well.
But the socks, it used to be years ago, socks were relatively difficult to deal with. They took a lot of setup time, put them in the jig. You had to play games with avoiding those seams. But with the Sublime socks, the socks are just a trivial thing to do. Press, flip, and press.
Sandy has a comment worth sharing.
Mm-hmm.
She says, I'd say keep both printers, make room in your shop for the 400, and then the 800 will pay for itself quick enough.
So
I think that's an excellent comment, and I should have elaborated even more. If somebody calls me up, what do I tell them? I generally say, get you an 800 if that fits your business. Then take your 400 and use that for events. Figure out events that are happening in your community. There's so much always happening. Set up a little event. By the way, bring your sublimation markers with you as well. Keep the folks coloring. People love to color, and make money with your 400. Let your 800 be your shop printer. I just came back. I taught at a big photo event in Las Vegas, and I'm pooped. Got back last night, and these are photo people. They're the kind of folks that own camera stores and places where you take your film. Well, hard to believe, but they love the markers, and they talk about how they've taken the markers into schools, fundraising, you name it, and let the folks color. So, set up, take the plunge, start going mobile.
Paula asks, so the tape didn't do anything to the product. You don't need to use Pro Spray. It's two questions.
okay, Paul is asking about the poker chips not not doing anything to the second side when I use tape, because most of the time we say, you know, don't use heat tape when you're doing a double-sided item, because the heat tape is going to make marks and you're going to have, you know, issues. And you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that is because normally if you're doing a really thin piece that you can do two-sided, the heat's going to transfer through and it's going to mess with that heat tape. With something like this that is a little bit thicker, and that is a what is this, a kind of a plastic or a
polymer,
composite
yeah,
material, then it doesn't, you know, you're not going to get that heat going all the way through. So you press one side, let them cool, flip them, tape them, press the other side, and you don't have that issue. But if you're doing metal, stick with the Pro Spray.
Yeah, and that's exactly right, Sprite. So, you know, heat tape is just very easy to deal with this, but the real reason we do it is because of the weight of the token itself. So Pro Spray is just not powerful enough to hold it in place, and because you'll need to flip it. So some people that do a lot of the tokens, they'll have a piece of metal that they put on top, they flip it around so they can put it in the press, but it turns out that in this case heat tape is the most practical approach, other than having top and bottom heat.
All right.
Okay.
So
Holly, oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Holly asks if we'll ever do rose gold tumblers.
Okay, so Holly wants to know if we're going to do rose gold tumblers, and Holly, I'm right there with you, girl, because rose gold is like the color of the year, and I hope so. But I've yet to see a supplier come out with any rose gold anything. I take that back. I saw rose gold compacts, and I was really excited about that. So we'll see. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Tracy asks, is there any way to get a replacement paper jar for an SG800? Their green tab broke.
So the question is I broke my 800 tray. What can I do? I would say send us a picture of how it broke, and let's see if we can conjure up the parts you need from one of ours. I have had that happen to me before, and I have, you know, we'll call it backstop in place to hold it. But if you can send a photo of the break to support@conde.com, let's take a look and see what we can do.
And that's all the questions we have.
All right, who are our winners? I know that somebody got it right off the bat, and so.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Tracy Anderson.
What?
Right at the beginning, 1.2 pounds.
Tracy,
Wow.
You did it. Tracy Anderson. You met Tracy. No, that's Catherine. Okay, Tracy, congratulations. This is your second time winning, girl. All right. Somebody's got the voodoo going. Good. Awesome, Tracy.
It seems that we didn't have anyone guess on
Okay.
YouTube.
All right.
So.
Okay.
So we'll see what we can do to pick someone off YouTube if we didn't have. I wonder.
All right.
There's a second place winner. If you
Do we
want
just not have a good feed or something? I'm sure they were coming in, but okay, we'll figure it out.
All right,
Okay.
guys. Thank you so
y'all.
much.
Take care. Have a great weekend.
Love you, Mom.
And I guess we'll get to see him one time before St. Patrick's Day, so I guess we're a week earlier.
See?
I guess.
See?
Okay. All right, great.
All right, guys.
Thank
We'll see you
Take
Friday.
care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.